College football playoff. 21 teams still have a shot with 2 weeks left. As we enter the final stretch of the regular season, 21 teams still have a legitimate chance to make the inaugural 12-team college football playoff. Drama has been in full swing, especially in the SEC, where Georgia's win over Tennessee has left the conference in a wild scramble for playoff spots. With only 2 weeks remaining, here's a look at the teams that still have a path to the playoffs. ACC. Can 2 teams make the cut? Miami, 9-1. SMU, 9-1. Clemson, 8-2. The ACC looks like a one-bid league at the moment, with SMU ranked number 14 in the second set of playoff rankings. They could potentially jump Tennessee following the Vols' loss to Georgia. However, it will likely come down to the ACC championship game as the Hurricanes and Mustangs battle for a spot. Big 12. A potential one-bid league. BYU, 9-1. Colorado, 8-2. Arizona State, 8-2. Iowa State, 8-2. The Big 12 could find itself with only one playoff contender. BYU's recent loss to Kansas has opened the door for other teams, with Colorado, Arizona State, and Iowa State all vying for the top spot. However, it's unlikely any of these teams will make the playoff without winning the conference title. Big 10. 4 teams. All playoff contenders. Oregon, 11-0. Indiana, 10-0. Ohio State, 9-1. Penn State, 9-1. Oregon, Indiana, Ohio State, and Penn State are all in prime position to make the college football playoff. If Indiana can pull off an upset at Ohio State in Week 13, an 11-1 Hoosiers team will be hard to leave out. Even if they miss the Big Ten championship game. Independence. Notre Dame's path to the playoff. Notre Dame, 9-1. The Fighting Irish have a straightforward path to the playoff. Win out. They face Army in Week 13 and USC in the season finale. A strong finish should see Notre Dame into the 12-team bracket. SEC. The conference with the most playoff hopefuls. Texas, 9-1. Texas A&M, 8-2. Alabama, 8-2. Ole Miss, 8-2. Georgia, 8-2. Tennessee, 8-2. The SEC is loaded with playoff candidates, but only a limited number of spots will be available. Texas and Texas A&M are on a collision course for a potential SEC title game showdown, while Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee are all vying for a spot. The conference's depth will make it difficult to fit all of these teams into the playoff field. Group of 5. 1 spot up for grabs. Army, 9-0. Boise State, 9-1. Tulane, 9-2. A group of 5 team will secure the final spot in the playoff. Boise State is the favorite in the Mountain West. But if they falter, the winner of the AAC championship game between Army and Tulane will likely have a chance to crash the playoff party. Winners of the week. Florida. After a rough stretch, the Gators bounced back with a 27-16 win over number 22 LSU. They've played the toughest schedule in the nation and still have a chance to make a bowl game with a win over Florida State. East Carolina. AQ is bowl eligible after a 38-31 win at Tulsa. The Pirates have won 3 straight games and are on track for an 8-4 finish. Arizona. Arizona snapped a 5-game losing streak with a 27-3 win over Houston. They need to win their final 2 games to secure bowl eligibility. Colorado State. Colorado State is in prime position to make the Mountain West championship game after a 24-10 win over Wyoming. They'll need to win their remaining games to secure a playoff spot. Losers of the week. Louisville. A heartbreaking loss to Stanford, capped off by a game-winning 52-yard field goal, has dashed Louisville's playoff hopes. The Cardinals committed 2 costly penalties that aided Stanford's drive to victory. Kansas State. After a 24-14 loss to Arizona State, Kansas State's chances at making the Big 12 championship game have been all but extinguished. They'll need help and must win out to have any chance at the conference title. Ball State coach Mike Noy. Ball State dropped a tough 51-48 overtime game to Buffalo on Tuesday, leading to the firing of head coach Mike Noy. Noy, who had been with the program for nearly 9 seasons, finishes with a 40-63 record. Nebraska. Nebraska's playoff hopes are all but over after a 28-20 loss at USC. The Huskers have struggled to secure a bowl game since 2016 and will need to win their final 2 games to have a shot at postseason play. Conclusion. A wild race to the finish. With just 2 weeks remaining in the regular season, the college football playoff race is heating up. There are 21 teams still in contention, with plenty of dramatic matchups ahead. Whether it's the sex-deep field of contenders, Notre Dame's playoff path, or the battle in the Big 12, the final stretch promises to be anything but predictable.